From the heartland of America, focused on God, family, and country, the mouthpiece of the Midwest. This is Dale Carter's America.
We're at Claycomo Shooters on 69 Highway. They are a brand new sponsor to Dale Carter's America. Herb from Claycomo Shooters is here, and we've been talking a little bit about firearms in terms of personal security. And, you know, as we've said on the podcast many times, Kurt is a gun guy. I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment, but I'm not really a gun guy. I'm always afraid I'm going to get hurt with my own gun, right? But I go to work in Westport every day at like 2:30, 2:45 in the morning, and there are some unsavory characters there. So with that as a baseline, where do you start a guy like me?
We're going to start really basic with you. We're going to try to, the first thing we're going to do is try to fit a gun to you that works for you, that's fits you recoil wise, fits you grip size, if you're going to carry concealed, if you're just going to have it for home protection. We go through all those things.
Let me stop you there. What do you recommend on that? Because I carry a canvas bag with me that's got my stuff in it for the day. Is that a better option than carrying it like?
No, never. Because at that point, you're responsible for that firearm, no matter what. So you're going to carry it off your person. That bag has to be with you 24/7. Okay. You can't leave it here. You can't leave it there. It's like women with purses. Unless they're going to have the purse with them the entire time, you have to control that firearm. You have to be responsible for that. So we encourage to carry on your person. Concealed. We don't like open carry. Missouri is an open carry state. However, if you walk in the Quick Trip and I'm the bad guy and you're carrying a gun open carry, who's the first guy to die?
Yeah.
You.
Exactly.
Right now I have two guns. So we don't encourage that at all.
Okay. So I'm going to carry it on and you see how I dress for work. I mean, you know, I'm in the radio business, so I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts and all that. Where am I going to put a gun on this?
Well, you're left-handed, so we're going to start probably with an appendix carry. If you're wearing shorts, it's going to be a little bit different. We have an apparatus called a strapped. It's like a belly band, but you actually put a holster, whatever gun fits a holster, in that, and it holds it. So like when I wear shorts, that's what I wear. Okay. Because you don't have a belt on your shorts usually to hold your stuff up.
Yeah.
That's why we go with that.
All right. So as we talk about what kind of a firearm we're talking about, I'm just looking for something that's going to protect me because I've got kids and grandkids and I want to get home to them. So bad guy approaches me in the parking garage in Westport and I feel like my life is threatened. What do I need to stop that threat?
First of all, you need to be verbal. When we teach in our CCW classes, our CCW2 classes, in our DSF, which is Defensive Shooting Fundamentals, and that's later. We progress through your firearms journey. Commands. You know, if you get to the point where you feel threatened that you have to act, the first thing that you want to do is stop, stay away from me. If he keeps coming, you can draw the pistol, you can point the pistol at him. Until it's an actual threat, you can't pull that trigger. Okay. Until you actually feel that if you do not, your life could be lost.
Do you state, you know, I feel like you're threatening me and I am armed?
Well, you're going to yell as loud as you can, first of all, because you want everybody else around you to hear you. What's going on. You're not going to use profanity. You're not going to use that. You're just going to yell, stop, stop, don't make me shoot you. Don't make me shoot you. Stay away from me, stay away from me. And when it comes to the point of no return, you're going to have to stop that threat. We don't shoot to kill. We shoot to stop the threat.
Yeah. I think I told you my stepfather was a policeman in Indiana and he served for like 25 years and never had to shoot his gun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that would be my goal is to get to Westport every day through the rest of my career and never shoot anybody.
Well, and some of the training that you're going to get into later, we're going to talk about situation awareness. Don't put yourself in that spot. You know, where are you walking when you're going to the parking garage? You're walking the dark side or are you walking down where the lights are at? Are you looking around the pillars? Are you looking around cars? Your head has to be on a swivel.
Exactly, head on a swivel.
Your head has to be on a swivel to protect yourself. That's basic 101.
All right. So we're going to get into the guns, what fits me best, and what how we're going to do this. Right.
All right. Well, let's walk back down here to the Sig Sauer case.
Come on down.
We're going to fit you one. We're big.
For the Sigs, I love it.
Yeah, we're big Sig Sauer guys here. Most of us carry those. We do open carry in the shop for psychological deterrent.
Okay.
That's why
I get that.
Anybody that leaves here, we go to concealed carry.
By the way, I saw that you got a sign on the door that says if you smell like weed, don't come in. Which Jim Dingman, another one of our great sponsors at Funhouse Pizza, he would love that because he hates that.
Yeah, it was a problem. When we first opened, we didn't have a sign up. It was daily. it's the state of Missouri is legal for marijuana now, but the federal government is not. So you can't buy a firearm if you're addicted or a casual user of marijuana.
That's comforting.
Well, we don't want you in this. We don't want you in the store.
Right.
So we ask them to leave. So once we put the sign, we still get a stray or two that comes in. They're stoned already. And, dude, like no, we're not. You have to.
Dingman's got another sign you might want. Pull your damn pants up.
Yeah, that's a rough one too.
All right, where are we going, sir?
Okay, this is Sig Sauer P365X Macro TAC Ops.
Okay.
It's a 17-round magazine, so one in the chamber would be 18. Like we talked before, anytime you pick a firearm, the most important part are the basic firearms rules. First thing is all guns are always loaded, no matter what. If this gun's sitting here and I know it's clear, you kind of know it's clear, but it's loaded.
Right.
So we're going to treat it up. Second, after that, when you do pick the firearm, you want to point it in a safe direction, away from people. Basically, when we teach in our classes is where the wall meets the floor, that's where that muzzle needs to be pointed, because that's where all the structure for your house, joists, floorboards, all that good stuff. So you do have a negligent. There's no such thing as an accidental discharge.
Okay.
It's a negligent. You put your finger on the trigger, pull the trigger where you're not supposed to do. So number 2 is always point the weapon in a safe direction. Number 3 is keep your finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard until you are on target, ready to destroy whatever it is. Number 4 is be sure of your target and what's beyond. Let's go to the movie theater shooting in Colorado.
Right.
That guy stood up. It's dark. People are running everywhere. You're not going to have that shot.
Okay.
So then from that point, once we know the gun's cleared, take your magazine out so the ammo source is gone.
Okay.
You're going to work this action several times to let you know that there's no ammo in it. You're going to lock the slide to the rear while it's pointing in a safe direction. You're going to visually and physically inspect that chamber.
Okay.
Okay? There's nothing in there.
Nope.
You're going to look down your magazine well. You want to make sure all the holes are covered.
Gotcha.
And now we're going to fit the gun to you.
Okay, and left-handed.
You said you're a lefty, a southpaw.
Yep.
So we want the web of that hand as high up as you can get into here.
Okay.
Finger off the trigger.
Right.
We talked about this earlier. Recoil's like water. It'll always take the path of least resistance. So we want to be able to cover this. So we're going to treat this like a puzzle.
Okay.
So that's a puzzle. And you're a kid, you did puzzles.
Right.
There's your puzzle piece.
Okay. So
this part of your hand fits in that void, just like a puzzle.
Okay, got it.
Now you want 3 fingers underneath,
Okay.
4 fingers here. So we call this a 3, 4, 2 thumbs up grip.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Those thumbs up, you don't have to worry about that slide. That slide will never touch your thumbs when it goes back and forth. So now that's your grip. Now we're going to talk about your stance. I want your feet shoulder width apart. Relax your knees. Lock your elbows up over the top.
Okay. All right.
Your left eye dominant.
Right.
So I want you to, if you can, I want you to keep both of your eyes open. Your dominant eye is going to take over no matter what.
Okay.
The reason we do that, go ahead and shut your right eye. Nothing from your peripheral vision. We want to keep this over here because you have a threat.
Gotcha.
All right, so always keep those eyes open.
I see the guy in the red shirt.
Yep, exactly what you want. And he's probably a bad guy, to be honest with you.
That's what they do at Star Trek.
Okay, so now we've covered grip, stance. Yep. Now we're going to talk about sight alignment. So I want you to line those sights up. You want equal height, so this goes in here, so it's equal height, so it's all the way across.
Got it.
And equal light on each side. Equal height, equal light.
Yep.
I want you to touch the trigger.
Okay.
Final sight adjustments.
Okay.
Press the trigger to the rear. Awesome. That's it. As soon as the threat's over, what do we do? Finger off the trigger.
Finger off the trigger.
Bring it back to your ready. Straight back in. Always have the gun pointed downrange, and you're going to check your 6, which is you can check behind you, because 70% of the time, there's usually additional bad guys. And you're going to have tunnel vision at this time because you just heightened everything. Your adrenaline's going through the roof. Yeah. All this is happening.
I may have had a stroke.
Right, you could have had a stroke by that point. But you're going to have tunnel vision. So you want to snap yourself out of that. That's why we train from the very beginning, your very first time. If you're an 85-year-old woman upstairs, we do it exactly the same as we do for a 21-year-old. You come out, you come back, as soon as the threat is over. Gun comes back when the threat is over, fingers off the trigger. You're going to look behind yourself all the way around. Check 360 degrees. We do that to get you out of that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Snap you out of that because you're going to be focused on that bad guy.
Yeah. So before we go to the range, training is obviously going to be a big part of this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How many sessions before somebody like me who's a neophyte at this would feel comfortable?
Well, actually, most people do 2 or 3 private lessons before they move on to like the CCW class, or, you have to do CCW before you get to the CCW2. The Missouri doesn't require a whole lot as far as their CCW. It's really basic. You're going to shoot 20 rounds at 7 yards, which is 21 feet, and you have to have 15 of those 20 and a target that's this big. It's relatively easy.
Is the CCW required? I thought Missouri was a constitutional
Missouri is a
state.
constitutional state, but you can't leave the state. So let's say you and I go to the Walmart, okay? And the Walmart has an 11 by 14 inch sign with 1 inch letters that says no firearms. And we go in there and you're carrying and I'm carrying, I have a permit and you don't. Only one of us is going to jail that day. Because with the permit, they can simply ask you to leave.
Okay.
Now, you're not supposed to be in there, don't be in there. Right? Let's follow the law like it's supposed to be done. But that's one of the benefits to having the CCW and being legal. Missouri doesn't require any training after that, none. So you have the CCW for 5 years. You simply go to the county that you live in, pay another $50, and it's good for another 5 years with no training required. Awful.
A bad idea.
Bad idea. So we encourage people when you start your firearms journey that, it's a perishable skill. You played sports in school?
Yes.
What'd you do? What'd you play?
Football, wrestling.
Football. Okay, wrestling. So you and I got down on the thing. Were you going to be as good as you were there? Because you haven't practiced any since then.
I don't know. I have some anger issues I've acquired as an adult that I didn't have as a high school kid.
Could be. But it's a like.
But I'm not taking you on.
It's a perishable skill.
Exactly.
So, and we want this, and because this has the potential to take someone's life. You need to be better than proficient.
Right, I get that.
Absolutely.
And I would want to be.
It's a huge responsibility to have the power to take someone's life.
Yeah.
God forbid you ever do that, but if it does, you have to be responsible with this gun. And not just with you, storage of the firearm, where you're going to keep it, if you've got kids
That's one of my big fears.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's your responsibility solely.
Yeah. So at home, lockbox of some kind, right?
Lockbox, safe.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide to put it in.
Okay.
If you got little kids around, you actually need a lockbox. You can set it on your bedside table and have we sell all kinds of them. They're available everywhere.
Yeah.
They're key, they're fingerprint, fob. They got fob ones, so you can get access to the weapon pretty quick.
All right. Well, that's segment number 1. I guess we'll meet you on the range.
Shoulder width apart. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to bring this back to your ready. Take this hand, grab the slide just like that. I want you to push with this hand and pull with that hand and let it snap. Go whoop whoop. There you go. Let's snap forward. There, the gun's loaded.
Do it.
Now get your grip.
Okay.
Thumb up.
Okay.
Remember your grip in there.
Right,
4-3, 2 thumbs up.
Right.
Okay. Now lock your elbows.
Okay.
Lock your elbows. Put it center mass. Not the 10 rings. Not center mass.
Okay.
I want to shoot up here.
Okay.
Okay. Everything's good to go. I want you to touch the trigger. Bend at the hips just a little bit and take that recoil. Lock your elbows.
Okay.
Touch the trigger.
Okay.
Press the trigger. Okay, keep that gun out there.
Okay.
Okay, now bring the gun back. We call the high compressed ready, right here just like this. Now check your 6. Finger off your trigger. There you go. Check your other side. Finger off the trigger. Every time.
Okay.
Okay, set the gun down. Boy, bring it back in, check your 6, finger off your trigger. Not bad. What Kurt's going to be shooting today, and then eventually Dale, this is an HK SP5. It's a civilian version of the MP5. This is semi-automatic, one shot, one pull of the trigger. It has what we call a dual tack stamp. So it's actually a short-barreled rifle. It's registered as a short-barreled rifle. And then also have a 9mm suppressor on it, which also has a tack stamp. Somebody's better.
It's got 2 holes, and one of them's bigger.
Somebody's a natural.
Let's put those in the podcast room. All right. Thank you so much, man.
Well, all of the excitement with me, of course, being the better shot, we forgot to record an outro to this week's episode. So thanks to Herb and everybody at Claycomo Shooters, our newest sponsor. You can read all about them at claycomoshooters.com. We're back next week with a brand new episode of Dale Carter's America.
The views expressed on Dale Carter's America are Dale's and Kurt Wheeler's. They do not necessarily reflect the views of KFKF or Steel City Media. Comments can be sent to dalecartersamerica@gmail.com. Check back for weekly episodes. Subscribe, spread the word, and give us a 5-star review. Thanks for being a part of Dale Carter's America.